You talked about when you got here about the notorious Cleveland.
Cleveland. That's right.
I guess you got a little bit of everything today,
A little
didn't
taste,
you?
yeah. I'm trying to go in with the mindset every day is going to be like 40-mile-an-hour winds, cold, sleeting. And so today I was like, this is not that bad. That's kind of how I took it. But I can't tell you how much it helps when guys like Charlie and Corey, like I got good looks at the ball all day. And especially on a day where it's hard, their job is tough. To snap up a ball, catch a wet football, and put it down with laces in the right direction. I think everybody takes it for granted. But for me, it just makes my job so much easier, and these guys did it in some tough conditions.
When we're obviously inside, so we're not feeling the conditions at all. But
Right.
how much wind was there? Was it sort of? I mean, even though it was wet, but
Yeah.
was it very windy at all?
It would gust every now and then, but it wasn't consistent. So if you hit a pure ball, it wouldn't really move it. So it was just the wet was the biggest factor today. But no.
Once you get, I imagine for any kicker, it's a matter of, you put that first one through, and it kind of builds from that. How much was just getting that first one to go through to kind of set the tone for the rest of it?
Well, it's always a good feeling. That being said, if it didn't, I kind of let myself feel it for a couple minutes, learn from it, and then move on. So it's not I don't want to say it's not a big difference because I want to contribute to the team. I want to do well every time. You always want to make your kicks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it wouldn't have been a season breaker mentally, And so, but there's no doubt that it's nice, and especially when you're with a new team, you want to, as much as guys might like you as an individual, if you're not contributing, it just makes it hard to connect sometimes when you feel like a guy's not holding up their end. So it's nice to try to hold up my end and do my job. When, talk about the offense and defense, what they did today, it was pretty awesome to watch.
Right, and Dustin, just talk about the transition for you. You were out and kicking in LA. You've been in the league several years, but it's got to be quite the transition kicking in LA in a dome to now you're here in Cleveland, and that wind gust is pretty wicked.
Yeah, no, there's no question that it's very different. But at the same time, it reminded me a lot of Washington today, actually. So it was very familiar territory, even though it's been a couple years since I've been out there. So it's like I said, when I get good looks at the ball with a great operation, it makes all the difference, regardless of what the weather's doing. And so it's to kind of go back to you. It's nice to start off well and hopefully get a rhythm going as the year goes. And it's only. I don't want to talk about weather every week, but obviously everybody knows what it does later in the year and just how things progress. So it's like, it's going to be a consistent thing that you always have to monitor and read, and you do your best.
Does it get easier as you go along in your career, moving from team to team? Is it a lot easier now?
I don't know. I think it's just a matter of how you feel like you're hitting the ball, how easy it is and how much you have to play the wind. But I've been around long enough where, it's a great week when you make all your kicks, but at the same time, it doesn't define me as a person. Like whose I am in the Lord is what defines me. So make or miss, I want to do well, but I just try to keep an even keel every week.